quite sure if that's set up right now, but I'm just streaming it to two different places, so I'm a bit technically challenged at the moment. But we've got an amazing session lined up. I know. Am I ever gonna, hold on, let me let people in from the waiting room. Am I ever going to say, yeah, we've got a really ropey, boring session today. You shouldn't have bothered turning up. No, I'm not going to say that. I always say it's amazing and it's exciting because, well, I know that today it is. And there was a lot of questions, which I love, from you guys about the money session that we did, from people that have been doing the work for ages and from new people. And actually what we're going to do today, by design, by fault, and by design, by default, and also by just pure synchronicity, we're going to go deeper into that and structure, and why is it that if we want to create something for any other reason than just because we love it, why will we not get to keep it? Why will we be in an oscillating pattern? And you're going to walk away from this session with so much clarity, so much excitement, especially around any choice. Yeah, I just decided I was going to go a bit different this morning, and we have a gold bindi. Yeah, I'm glad you like it. So you're going to leave this session, feel all emotional, with not only a lot more clarity and ease and flow on how to create the choices that are tricky, that are stuck and oscillating, but also the choices that everything that you want to create. Really, it's going to be really, really, really valuable. And I think we talked about money last week, didn't we? And that used to be my area of challenge. I would either I'd be stuck, but more often than not, I would be in an oscillating pattern. So I would create a lot of money, but I was never able to hold on to it. I was able to hold on to it for, a few months, a year, when I was reaching money goals or when I had more money than I knew what to do with. And what's really important is that even with the Respark, which is so powerful, like people that are going through my coach training, they only get access to learning how to do the Respark at the very end, even though it's mind-blowing, even though everyone wants to just do that and do it all the time, and it creates miracles. Now, the reason why is because this work is so powerful. And why I paused was because, potentially a lot of you here on the line, on the call, know how powerful it is already, or you've seen testimonials or whatever, but it really is. But here's the thing. Structure is 95% of the power, the importance of what's really important, or whether you're going to create what you love or not and sustain it. Because who wants to create a dream and end result and then, lose it in no time? So structure is 95%, and the Respark is really, it's 5%. The Respark is 5%. I'm ever so hot. I've been trying to live without air conditioning recently, but I'm going to give in right now. So I have a question for you, just in general. Do you feel that your life, your creations are stuck? like totally stuck, no movement, or oscillating, two steps forward, one step back, or one step forward, two steps back, or you're creating things and then losing them, or are you creating? Tell me, let me know in the chit chat box. I'm curious. Excuse me. I'm curious. Okay, a mix with a lot of oscillating. Yeah. Cool, but that's good. Well done. Well done on taking action. I'm going to put my hair up because I'm feeling a little hot. I might be having a short break in the tropics. Who knows? So, what? The way it was for me, and most of the people that come to this work, is that they think they have to be a certain way for things to show up. Like they have to be perfect, or I have to be good enough. If I'm good enough, the person with all the degrees, I'll have to do this one more degree and then I'll be good enough to have the respect or the love or whatever. And that's not how creation works. It's not about fixing ourselves, and it's not about fixing conditions or being perfect. And even when we've been doing this work for ages, and the reason I'm like putting so much love and energy into this today is because I fell off the wagon recently, and it's so good to be reminded. But it's not about fixing ourselves or fixing the conditions, or being perfect or being worthy or lovable or whatever. Our dysfunctional orientation can pull the rug from under us without us even realizing. So who can remember the 6 negative beliefs? Type them into the chat if you would. So there's I'm unworthy or unlovable. And this person, thank you. This person, they're often someone that does a lot of charity work, or they're made up way belief is if I do enough good, if I'm a good person, then I'll be loved, or then I'll have my dreams. Yeah. I'm not worthy of having these things unless I show I'm worthy. I show. Brillo. Yeah. Yes. And I'm not good enough. And I mentioned that a moment ago, the perpetual student. And it's an orientation. There's nothing wrong with learning, but it's an orientation. It's like, if I have just one more degree, then I'll be good enough. Then I'll have whatever the desired reality is. Yeah, I'm not capable. And this is often that our parents don't see us. We're not allowed to be capable. We're not allowed to be capable. So, whether it's the business we want to create, or whatever we want to create, there's this belief that we're really not able to do that. We're not able to. Maybe there might be some steps taken, but it's that sense of kind of falling off the wagon. And there's, I'm not perfect. Everything needs to be perfect for me to create what I love, for me to have what I love. I don't belong. Yes, I don't belong. This is an interesting, they're all interesting ones, really, aren't they? So this person will either do all they can to stand out from the crowd and be different, all the piercings or the tattoos or the purple hair or whatever. But then very often people with this belief will then set up their own little clubs and cliques, and so they can belong. I used to be a mod, dressed in all 60s gear and everything. And to be different, but then I was the same as everyone else in that little gang, what was I going to say about that? Oh yeah, and you'll often hear them say, those people are not like us. They're not like us. No, I'm not worthy. I'm not good enough. We're missing one. Not smart enough is not good enough. Yeah. So I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy. I don't belong. I'm not capable. Oh, my head. Oh, my stuffy head. Hold on. Help me out, guys. Powerful is definitely a belief, and it's not one of the main 6 that we focus on in this element of the training, just the most popular ones. So, okay, let me just focus for a moment. I'm not worthy, unworthy and unlovable. I don't belong. I'm not good enough. I'm not capable. I'm not perfect. This is really annoying. And you know what? I had a bit of a weird thing go on. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to access them on my computer, because I think the cloud has taken all my, they're in the cloud somewhere, all my documents. So I can't access all my documents like I normally do. This is really weird. Anyway, look, this is obviously live and it's real. And even not that you thought this was pre-recorded or anything, but Shabelle, you need your help, love. You should know. You should be typing all of the 6 in there. Go on. I'm gonna share the pressure. I'm gonna pass the pressure over to you. So I am. Beliefs. Have you got them on your computer? I'm gonna have a mental orgasm when I get the one that I haven't been able to remember. Super bizarre. Anyway, you know what? I'm actually going to not spend forever on this because we've got so much to cover. But yeah, type them in. Yeah. Oh! Mental orgasm. Thank you. Yes, I'm invisible. I am insignificant. Thank you. God, that belief was being invisible and insignificant. I love it. Thanks, guys. Thanks. So, I feel like crying. I have tears in my eyes. They're funny tears. Anyway, I'm invisible, insignificant. Again, this is a bit of a double-edged one, where they'll hide in the background and they'll be really quiet, but they'll be so quiet. They're drawing attention to themselves, and everyone is like straining to listen. And this is, you'll often hear this person say things like, I want to save the world. I want to save the world. But they're still staying all small and all insignificant in their life. Now, what's really important, muy importante, is that when we're operating out of these worldviews, we won't be able to create and sustain what we love. Yeah? Because, so we have our desired reality, and we have our current reality. So say our desired reality is that we want, we want to have a love relationship, just say, okay? And we want that because in current reality, we're lonely now. Yeah? Not just because we'd love it. Or, we want the elf business. We want this successful business because, then that'll show people that I'm good enough or I'm capable. You see how it's not just because we'd love it. It's not a true choice. It's not just because we'd love it. If I'm worthy, I'll be given everything that I want. So if you imagine, so thinking about structure, imagine that you have a shopping center, okay? And there's one entrance and one exit, and you have to go a certain way through the shopping center from the entrance to get out the exit, right? There's one way to go through. There's a structure. That shopping center is a structure, and there's a way to move through it. And the only way that you can break that structure is by, for instance, breaking through a wall. Okay? So if your structure right now, if you're not creating what you love, think of structure like a maze, okay? And you go in and you might take actions, but you'll only end up where you started. Structure determines what's possible. Okay? So, say you're in a structure of wanting to create a successful business. So, if you're in that structure of doing it so that you'll be rich, or you'll look capable, good enough, whatever, you might kind of decide that, I've got to work harder, or I've got to meditate more, or maybe surround myself with different people. I see this a lot with people who diet. Okay, they're changing some stuff, but they end up back where they started, becoming fit or dieting, and it's because they're not changing the underlying structure. So they'll never maintain the results. No matter how incredible the respark is, removing all the resistance. Okay? If you're in a structure that won't let you create what you love, you'll get nowhere. And it's true in every area of life, with our health, with our business, our life, and our relationships. And structure determines movement. So structure will only move in the way that it's designed. Okay, and these three words are important. You might want to write them down. Structure determines movement. Okay, like that shopping center or say a car park. If you want to get out of the car park, unless you drive through a wall, you have to follow the structure. Yeah. Structure determines movement. Think of a stream at the top of the mountain becoming a river flowing to the sea. You could think about that as your current reality and your desired end result. The riverbank is the structure of that river. So the water will flow along the riverbank to the sea. If you put energy into a structure, it's only going to flow the way that it was built. Yeah? So, say you want to make sales. So you must make the structure of your sales conversation flow so that the only obvious thing that the person can do is say yes, because you've created that structure. So structure, what does it do? Structure determines movement. Structure determines movement. I love it when you play in the chat box. So look at anything you're creating in your life, any choice that you're making. Okay? If you're actively engaged in it, not moving, it's possible that the structure that you've set up will not allow its completion. So we're going to dive into structure today. Structure, structure, structure. And we're going to have a lot of fun. It's huge and it's basic. Okay, so anyone new on the call? I think we have a few new people. Welcome, welcome. This is perfect for you. And even me that's been doing this work for decades is perfect for me. But yeah, if you've been doing the work for a while, it's perfect. So it's remember I said it's 95% of creation. Structure is 95% of creation. And the respark is 5%. And people get frustrated, and they get frustrated with me, and they get frustrated with their choices because they got it the wrong way around. Yeah? They've got it the wrong way around, and they tried respark and respark and respark. Now, structure. So there's three main structures. Okay? There's, first of all, a stuck structure. So can someone give me an example of a stuck structure? What's a structure that's stuck? Anyone? A building, a shopping center, yeah. A mountain, a fence. Stuck structures. And you know that they're stuck because if you put energy on them, unless you break the structure, there's no movement. And guess how we can create a stuck structure? If we say, I really want to make sales, but I never want to be rejected. So we create a stuck structure, because in order for people to say yes, they have to be able to say no. You see how that's a stuck structure? Yeah. So you got your current reality, wanting clients, your desired reality, having a program or a successful coaching business or whatever. But then you have this other desired reality of never wanting to be rejected. So they'll battle against each other. Yeah. Excuse me. So, yeah, exactly. So the next pattern is the oscillating structure. So who can give me an example, excuse me, of an oscillating structure? An oscillating structure. A pendulum. Yeah, exactly. A swing. No. A wheelbarrow. No. So the swing and a pendulum, excuse me, if you put energy into them, they swing. I should have. Hold on, let me show you. This is my pendulum. This is my pendulum. So we have put some energy into it, it swings. It moves to this point and it moves to this point. So no matter what you do, it will oscillate. No matter what you do, it will oscillate. How do we create oscillation? If we believe that we're not good enough or say not worthy, and I'll create this end result, that will mean that I'm good enough or that I'm lovable or that I'm worthy. Can you see then how that will oscillate? Okay, because if the identity, and I use the word identity for the part of us that's our egoic beliefs, thoughts, feelings. So if the identity believes it's not good enough and it goes to create this desired end result, okay, and it thinks that that desired end result is the opposite of not good enough, the ego will never allow itself to get there. Why? And this might take if this is new to you, it might take a little moment to get your head around this. Okay. It won't let you create or sustain that desired end result because the identity needs to know how the world is. Okay. So just say we come into this world, okay, and we go, I'm not good enough. You know, we make up this belief because something happened with our parents that I'm not worthy or I'm not good enough. Because it's never about them. We make it up about ourselves. It's our way of navigating the world. So I'm not good enough. So I'm going to create this. I'm going to create this. But our identity is not good enough. So if we were to achieve that desired end result, This is so important. If we were to achieve that desired end result, everything we know about the world would be false. And the identity hates that, doesn't want that. Like, if you create that, everything you know about the world is false. The identity won't have that. I think it was Buddha that said, the last thing the human being will give up is their suffering. Who's new to this? Who's new to this? Give me a yes. And you're realizing now that that's what's been going on. Maybe that's why you haven't created the stuck or the oscillating end result. If I do this, if I have this, I can have this. But if I have this, I'm no longer that. Someone that doesn't belong, or someone that's not good enough, or someone that's not lovable. Yeah. And then what happens is that we go forward and back. Forward and back. We either create it or we get close to creating it. Back again. Oscillation. I see this a lot of times with people with weight. They want to diet, or they want whatever, lose weight, or but they're not going for a healthy body. They're not going for health and vitality. What they're saying is that my body is not good right now. It's not right. Yeah. And then others, wanting a relationship because they're lonely, or they want to feel love. So I'm going to do that so I'll feel loved. And when I have this relationship, I love myself. Okay. You see, the identity wants to keep things the same. And when we create what we love, or we get close to it, it freaks the identity out. It's the same with money. I used to have this. Oh my God. I'm not happy. And when I have money, everything will be all right. You see, it's that whole, you got to be it to see it. And you're no different. The day that you have however many 100,000 in the bank to the day before, you're the same person. You got the same problems. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I love how you're seeing that it's showing up. And thank you. I love your vulnerability. Yeah. Because you got to see it. You got to let it be seen. Because otherwise, it's just got the power. And money or whatever, the diet or the lover, you're giving them your power if you think that they're going to make you happy. The money, the whatever. And that's how we create oscillation. It's really important to know how we create stuckness and oscillation. Yeah. Being stuck is created by competing beliefs and desires, or having no desire. And oscillation is created when you believe it will be different when you have it. Yeah. Creating. Let's look at creating. Tell me about a structure that moves. A structure that moves. When you put energy into it, it will move. A car, a motorbike, a skateboard, a ball. A human moves where you want it to go. A wheelbarrow. We've got the wheelbarrow. There's the right place for it. Who wants their life to be like that? That's what I'd love. And then you easily move towards it. That should be how it is. The body you'd love, the health, the vitality, the business, the money, the sexy man, the whatever. I want that. And then you move towards it. Shouldn't life be like that? Because everything else is just childish, made up stuff. Okay? It's just childish. Not childlike, childish. I want to make more sales. I want to have a coaching business I love. I want my beautiful home. So we're going to do a process today to help you see what structure you're currently in and how you're creating that passion. And you'll see how you are when you're in flow and how that works. You see, when you have a flowing structure, okay, you have a current reality and a desired reality. And you want that desired reality because you want it. Not because people will see how successful you are or how rich you are or how thin you are. Just because. Not because it'll make me better or make me worthy or suddenly I'll be lovable. Bollocks. Just because. Just because. I want that car because I love it. Yeah? Because it will make me a better person, make me belong. A mature relationship with creation. Rather than when I have that, I finally be good enough. Finally be good enough. Yeah, that is very common, and that used to be me. I was a philanthropist without the money. And I was like, as soon as I get the money, I'm going to give it away. And then what would happen? I'd have no money again. Worthy belief. Yeah, these can be so deeply ingrained. And I laugh because it's so freeing to see it. And don't let yourself be triggered, because that's also could potentially be the identity protecting you. Oh, don't let this stuff in. She's out to get me, says the ego. So, yeah, create money so you can, because you love it, because you want to have overflowing money. So, I might share the questions on a little screen share. Hopefully it works. I think recently I had some issues with my screen share. Oh my God, I hope it works. Anyway, let me see. But I'll walk you through all the questions. Anywho. No, it's not letting me. I'll read out all the questions. So the first question is, what would you love? What's the choice or end result that you'd love to focus on today? What's the choice? That you would love to focus on today. And if you're new, if you haven't got your choices yet, you can choose one of the 4 orientational choices, or just think about something that you want to create. And the 4 orientational choices are I choose the end result of a life I adore. I choose the end result of living my true nature and purpose. I choose the end result of being the predominant creative force in my life. And I choose the end result of being vibrantly healthy. So, what is your choice, your end result? And give me a 1 in the chat box when you've got that. What is the choice or end result that you want to focus on today? You don't have to. You don't have to share. What you call it? Your choice with me. You can if you want, but give me a 1 in the chat box so I know we've all got that. So, what is your choice? Lots of ones. Going to move on. And is that stuck or is it oscillating? I imagine none of them are flowing if you've decided to work on them today. Is it stuck or oscillating? So is it like no movement at all? Or is it a bit forward and backwards? And next question, what are you thinking about this structure or this choice? So just jot down all of your thoughts. What are you thinking about this? What are the thoughts that have been popping about this? What are you feeling about this? What are the emotions? What have you been feeling? What are the thoughts and what are the feelings? Very often when I ask people about their thoughts, they give me their feelings, and I ask them about their feelings, they give me their thoughts. But what are you feeling? What are the feelings that are popping about this? And how are you defining yourself? How do you perceive yourself? How do you see yourself? I am. So write this all down. I am. Usually these things pop. It's a quick draw McGraw kind of thing. And also, the more you write, the more comes. So, how are you defining yourself? How are you defining others related to this? They are, he is, she is. How are you defining others? How are you perceiving others? They are. And how are you defining the world related to this? The world is. How is the world? How is the world? are you perceiving the world? And next, what is your underlying assumption? And I'll put the questions, when I put the recording up, I'll put all the questions as well. What's your underlying assumption? So take a moment to read back over everything that you wrote. Okay? And just notice, what are you assuming? When I had an oscillating passion around money, and my assumption before I went really deep into this work and really understood that you got to be able to see it thing, and that having the desired result wasn't going to change me, you know. But my assumption was that it would fix everything. Everything would be fine. Okay. So feel free to share, actually. I won't call out your name, but I'd love to know what's kind of popping, because you might need some assistance with this one. The world is against me. Others will let me down. Yeah. So what are you assuming with all that you've written down? That the masculine is dishonest. I'm too weird. I'm too different. Yeah, there's something not right about me. Something won't let me have it. Or I can't have it the way I am. I can't have it the way I am. So when you look at what you've written down, what are you assuming? Or if someone else had written all of this down, sometimes it's easier to come at it from that perspective. What would they be assuming? Yeah, sometimes it is positive that this will change me, that I'll be in love and I'll be happy. Absolutely. So this might help you. There's 3 options here. There's 3 assumptions. Okay? The first one is that something is not right about us, and we need to change or improve. We need to change ourselves. The second one, I just cracked my finger just then. The end result would change everything. I'll repeat these. And the third one is the way the world is, or the way that others are, won't allow me to have it. It's not allowed. So the first one again, something is not right about us. We need to change ourselves, improve, be better, etc. The second one is that the end result will change everything. The end result will change everything. And the third, the way the world is, or that others are, won't allow me to have it. It's not allowed. So give me a 1 in the chat box. I think we've had enough time to get the underlying assumption. Thank you for your shares. Has everyone got that? Give me a 1 in the chat box. Yeah. Cool. Fantastico. Fantastico, as they say. So based on that assumption, where's the power? Where's the power? So you'll know what has the power by seeing what you do to resolve the tension. So, for instance, in order to have an amazing relationship, I need to be perfect. So I need to be perfect to have what I want. Okay. And with money, everything will be all right when I have money. It gives the power to money as if it's going to solve everything. So going back to the beginning now, who's witnessing one of these patterns? The now is okay, but the future will be better. Or the oscillating pattern. You know, when I create what I want, life will be better. So we get close to it, or we create it for a little while, but then we lose it. So well done, everyone. I love that you play full out, and I know that it's brought up some tension. So well done. Well done. One more question. What's the end result of this structure? Like, what do you create? Nice, truthful. Misery. Not created what I love. Frustration, yeah. What do you create? Beautiful, well done. So I need to shift your focus with this question. What would you love? My favorite question. What is something that you just love? Like something that you love to do? I want you to close your eyes and get into the moment, and you're doing something that you really feckin' love. What is something that you really, really love? Really experience it. Like make this a full body, extrasensory experience. You're putting your hands in the hand sockets, your feet in the feet sockets, your bum in the bum socket. And you're just doing something you absolutely love. Share. Feel free to share. What are you doing? What are you up to? Really get into it. Really get into it. Play full out. Remember, this is a magical fridge. What you put in, you get so much more out. Now, I have a question for you. Where's your focus? When you're doing something you love, where's your focus? Where's your focus? When you're doing something you absolutely love, where is your focus? Notice where your focus is. Notice where your energy is. Where's your mind? What's going on? You're dancing, you're drumming, you're on the beach. Where's your focus? What's going on? Open your eyes and let me know. Like when you're going for what you love, when you're being it, when you're fully embodied in doing what you love. Yeah, it's ecstatic. I'm at one with my heart, with the universe. I love it. Timeless, limitless, money doesn't matter. Love, the man doesn't matter. Yeah. It's just, isn't it just the most incredible? I know. Oh, the flipping joy. Exactly. You're just being it. Now, I want you to close your eyes and go into that dysfunctional structure. Everything that you wrote down earlier, right? Your thoughts, your feelings, your beliefs, all of that shit. And now imagine in that structure, where's your focus? Where's your focus in that stuck structure? It should pop immediately. Like, where are you focused? When you're in that stuck structure, a bit of a tongue twister. When you're in that stuck structure, you're focused on how you're not good enough. Yeah. On how you don't belong, and how you're not worthy. My bum looks big in this. Am I dancing right? Am I out of, yeah. Exactly. People think I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. I need another degree. The world won't let me have it. People are against me. People think I'm bad. You're focused on everything but your end result and how that will be. You focused on all the SH1T. Yeah? You're focused on everything but your end result and how that will be. And here's the thing, beauties. When you're in a flowing structure, all you're doing is thinking how great it will be, and you're focused on it. Give me a thumbs up. Give me the applause. Give me the hearts. Isn't it true? Is it true? Or is it true? Focused on what's going wrong, or what can go wrong. Yeah, exactly. So we're going to do a little more. I want you to close your eyes and go back into the you focused on something they love, and notice how you are. You're focused on that. You're doing what you love, and just close your eyes and go back into doing what you truly love. Notice how it is. Where are you focused? How is that? And now, take that juicy energy, that feeling ecstatic, that oneness, that limitless time, etc., etc. Take that energy as big as you can, and move it. Okay? Keep your eyes closed and notice, where are you focused? Now move that juicy energy and apply it to the choice or the focus that's stuck. So you're taking that energy, that focus, and apply it to the choice that's stuck. Okay? And notice how it is to orient from that perception, that point of view. So you're bringing that juicy energy, however you felt when you were doing what you love, and you're applying it, you're bringing it in to that beautiful bubble of that choice that's stuck or oscillating. What's changed? Let me know in the chat box. What's changed? What has changed? It's amazing, isn't it? Yeah, exactly. Isn't it? And we can make it so complicated. It could be this simple. So here's the process. Notice the structure. Rise up and see how you are when you're a creator, when you're focused on what you love. and take the energy and apply it to your choices. Okay? This is what I mean when I say you're a divine, magnificent being. You have a creative process, but you're not applying it. Okay? You're not applying it in the areas where you're stuck. Okay? The areas where I'm worried about what others think, or about being good enough, or measuring up, or whatever. But here's the thing that you were doing that you love, was it really less complicated? Or less risky, or less difficult than the other thing? Or have you just made that up? Thank you for sharing that. Yeah. Well done for being human. So you can shift your structure by shifting your focus. I have another meeting to go to. I'm 2 minutes late. I'm going to love you and leave you. Thank you for being here. And the recording will be loaded within 24 hours. And I'll make sure that you get the questions as well. But it's that simple. I love you all so much. See you next time. Bye, babies. Love you.